Hey there guys, it's Nick, the ASMR nerd, and today I'm going to be unboxing the new Samsung Galaxy S21, the new flagship smartphone from Samsung, as well as a handful of accessories, a wireless charger, a phone case, some earbuds, and whatever a smart tag is. I'm not even quite sure, truth be told. It's just something that came for free with the pre-order. So I'm pretty excited about this. This is my first new phone in about 4 years. My old phone has been dying a slow death as the battery becomes unusable. So it's going to be really nice to have a modern, up-to-date phone with a battery that's going to last through the day. This is the base model, S21. It's not the Plus or the Ultra, and largely that's because of the size. The base model S21 is 6.2 inches diagonal, I believe, whereas the Plus and the Ultra are 6.8 and 6.9 inches, I believe, respectively. That's humongous. It's way too big for me. I don't really like giant phones. At that point, they're basically tablets. So the base model S21 was pretty much the only choice for me in that regard. But hey, let's just dive on in. Let's start with some of these accessories, I think, and then we'll get to the main event. Let's start with the least fun stuff. Let's get that out of the way. The wireless charger, probably not that exciting. So let's do that just for the sake of having it open. Let's move all this other stuff out of the way for now. Okay, so I brought my handy dandy product opening scissors here. So this phone just launched last week. I pre-ordered it and it took a little while to show up here, but it finally did. So, and I'm pretty excited to see what it feels like, what it performs like. One interesting aspect of it, though, is that it does not come with a charger. No charger included in the box with the phone itself. So instead, I opted to purchase separately this wireless charger, which basically lets you set either the phone or the earbuds down on it and charge without having to plug it in, which is nice. My old phone did not have wireless charging, so I'm looking forward to just being able to plug it down on my desk and have it work, have it charge. So, not super exciting, but a practical feature, a practical product. So this is the charging pad. Not much to see there, pretty featureless. This just indicates, I guess, what can be charged on here, looks like. And then it's like a little dot in the middle there. I'm not sure if that's just to show you where to put your, center your thing, or maybe it's an LED. I'm not sure. Now this looks like an LED to me on this edge. You might see, or be able to see, maybe. There. That's probably the charge status indicator. And then a USB Type-C port right here, which is where the power plug plugs in, of course. Just some information on the back, and then some anti-slip rubberized feet. So that's pretty straightforward. Little quick start guide. AC adapter really, and the USB A to C cable. So the A end plugs into the adapter, obviously, like so, and the C end plugs into the wireless charging pad, like so. And I bet if you wanted, you could also just plug this straight into your phone and charge it that way. Although this is not the quick charge version, the 25-watt variant. This is probably a lower wattage charger, I would guess. I actually do have the quick charge adapter on order as well, so I'll have both chargers. That's good. Nothing else to see there, but it does make some nice sounds. Okay, just gonna shove that back in there for now. I'll use it right away. And move on to, I don't know, the smart tag. Let's do the smart tag. I honestly don't know what this is. I assume it's some kind of thing that lets you track stuff. Like maybe you scan it with your phone and it has information stored in it. Or maybe it's a GPS tag. I really don't know. It just says here smart tag. Yeah, this was a free pre-order bonus, and so I wasn't going to say no, but well, on the side here, we've got a picture of a dog, luggage, keys. It says Galaxy on this side. So yeah, I guess it's meant to smartly tag things that are important, so that you don't lose them, presumably. But let's just pop it open and see. That didn't work at all. Plan B. Let's do this. Yeah, it's better. It's better. So let's pop that open somehow. Ah, there we go. There we go. As advertised, a smart tag. Galaxy smart tag, it says. It's a very rounded, smooth little item. It feels like a beach stone, you know, that's been smoothed by the ocean. That's what it makes me think of. It says Samsung on the back. And Galaxy Smart Tag on the front. Other than that, pretty much featureless. Probably some battery access down here at the bottom, I would guess. But it does come with a little quick start guide. It really doesn't say what it does it? You got English and French, but it still doesn't describe it. Huh. Okay, here we go. To connect a smart tag to a mobile device, press the button A to activate the smart tag. Oh, this is a button on the front here. Okay, so that whole thing's a button. and then follow the on-screen instructions to complete the connection. So I guess it then activates something on the phone. If the pop-up window does not appear, use a mobile device to scan the QR code on the box. Okay, so there's a good reason to not throw out the packaging just yet. Okay, interesting. I'll have to experiment with that later. Maybe I'll attach it to my keys. That seems like something somewhere it might be useful. Another item, not that exciting, but worth showing you, is the case that I got. It's a leather case. Obviously there's a bunch of cases available, but this one's just direct from Samsung. And it looked nice, and it was discounted when you pre-ordered it with the phone, so I thought, why the heck not? Oh, it says, oh, whatever. There we go. We'll put this on the phone afterwards, of course, once we've got the phone unboxed, but for now, we'll just pull it out here and take a quick look at it. The S21, the base model that I have here, actually forgoes the glass back that we've seen on, or I say we, I haven't seen because I don't have the previous model, but the S20 had a glass back even on the base model. The S21 base model has a polycarbonate back, which is basically a fancy way of saying plastic. Apparently it feels nice. We'll get to take a look at that in a moment, but I wanted something that would feel a bit more premium and give the phone a little bit of protection. So that's what this is all about. I don't know how well a leather case is going to stand up, honestly. Also, I don't think this is real leather. They call it leather, but I'm pretty darn sure this is some kind of polyurethane leather, like a faux leather. But you can see it's got cutouts for the phone's 3 camera lenses, the LED flash. On the right side of the phone, it's got the volume rocker, the power button. And it's got this kind of soft interior. It's a very fine-grained finish. Of course, it says Samsung on it. Anyway, we'll see how that is. We shall see. Okay. I know you guys are probably eager to get the phone, and so am I, but, I figured I'd just go piece by piece. If you were really that eager to get to the phone, you would have just jumped ahead using the handy-dandy chapters feature, probably. I will, of course, timestamp each product and leave a chapter bar, down at the bottom here for you. So these are the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live, which are true wireless earbuds. You might be asking, Nick, why would you get these? Because if you have been a viewer of this channel for a while, you'll know that I've reviewed a lot of wireless earbuds on the channel over the last few years. So I have no shortage of them, but once again, these were a pre-order bonus. So they were free. So I again wasn't gonna say no. I am curious to check them out and see what they're all about. They're not super cheap if you were to buy them separately. They're about $200 Canadian, so that's like a decent value pre-order pack-in. I hope they live up to their, supposed price tag. Got something stuck here in the lid. The lid, which I must say, makes a very nice sound. this is probably just user guide and all that stuff. Quick start guide to the SMR 180. I guess that's their designation, technically. Lots of info in there. Presumably this is a charge cable, which I actually won't need, thanks to the wireless charger I showed you earlier. But oops. Okay. It was also, what are these? I would say they're, you know, for your ears somehow, but they right and left. They're labeled right and left. And we'll see, I guess, when we get to the buds themselves. But yeah, I shouldn't need to use this cable unless I'm taking it traveling or something, I guess. I don't bring the wireless charger or whatever. I think that's everything in there, probably. Seems to be the case. Tuned by AKG, they claim. So I expect some good audio characteristics. They're probably tuned to be appealing for, you know, listening to a lot of pop music. I don't expect them to be neutral. They're probably going to be pretty bass heavy. That's just my guess. But hopefully they're pleasing and fun to listen to. You know, hopefully they put out some good sound. Oh, they're noise cancelling too. I didn't realize that. They're active noise cancelling. That's nice. Cool. I think these are the wingtips. Those things in there somehow. Anyway, so this is the earbuds in their little charge case. This cute little kind of tissue paper thing. It's a very shiny case that's going to pick up all kinds of fingerprints. And it's actually pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy. It's got a good heft to it. Inside, there's the buds. They look kind of like big jelly beans. Like big jelly beans. They're available in various colors. These are the black ones, obviously. Not much on the back. Interestingly, oh, they're not in ear. I see. Okay. So that's what these bits are for. It looks like they don't. Oh, that's fascinating. They sit on the outside of your ear, I think. Where the heck? How the heck does this go on here? Somehow got to slip over, maybe. I'll have to look at the directions and figure it out. Looks like it's not big enough, but it must be. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm really not sure how these work. Aren't they weird looking? Like I said, a big jelly bean. They look almost like beetle-like to me. They look like a beetle carapace. You know, they're very shiny. Yeah, I'm really curious to hear how these sound and see how they fit. That's gonna be interesting. Anyway, put that aside, and at long last, we arrive at the main event, the S21 itself. So I don't expect there to actually be that much to see inside here because, like I said, there's no charger, no earbuds, nothing included in the package. Samsung claims that these are to cut down on e-waste. You know, that's their goal in doing so. They claim that, you know, most people have a phone charger that'll work just fine with it. That may be true. but my phone is an older phone, and the charger that it has is a lower wattage charger, and I wanted the fast charge, so they are happy to sell you a charger for an extra fee. At least they did include the earbuds as a pre-order bonus. Okay, let's see what we got here. On the front, it just says S21 5G, and on the back there, ooh, I think my phone just fell out. On the back there, it just says package contents. It's basically just the phone. Okay. Hey, there it is. There is the phone itself. And that looks like a comfortable size. I know some people really do like the bigger phones, you know, the tablet type phones, a phablet, if you will. But it wasn't that long ago that 7 inches was considered sort of the, where tablets started. So a 6.9 inch S21 Ultra, that's basically a tablet. Also, the S21 Ultra is a lot more expensive than the base model S21, and it does have some advantages for sure. It's got the nice glass back. It's got, oh hey, you can see me. Hello. It's got the, the 100 megapixel crazy camera and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of the internals, it's basically the same thing. Almost. Anyway. So, this has a very nice weight to it. It's got a feeling of density, and I was worried that this plastic back was going to feel really cheap, but it doesn't. It doesn't seem to feel cheap at all. Let's take that off. So good. So it's got this matte finish that actually looks and feels pretty good. It doesn't feel hollow, which is sometimes the worry about plastic. It can feel very hollow. On the front, we've got Gorilla Glass. I think they call it Gorilla Glass Victus or something like that. It's like their latest Gorilla Glass anyway. Presumably it's nigh indestructible, more so than even the previous variants. It's got a punch hole style camera right up here, front facing camera. And it's got an in-screen fingerprint reader right about here. So, and apparently it works quite well, even better than previous generations. And the camera bump, that's one of the more unique design aspects of this this phone. Let's just remove this plastic on here. The camera bump is actually sort of, it wraps around the edge here and is contiguous with this, the metal frame all the way around the outside edge. I'm just trying to figure out, there's more plastic on the edge. I'm trying to figure out how to get that off. There we go. I knew there had to be a break in it somewhere. Oh, apparently it's in multiple pieces. There. Okay, I think that's all of it. Yeah, so the edges are metal, and they're quite shiny. They run all the way around, and this camera housing with the 3 lenses kind of is one piece of that. Sort of wraps right around the back. I like that. I think it's a nice looking design element. I think it's pretty slick. Volume rocker and power over here on the right hand side, of course. On the top, we've got probably speaker, maybe. A couple holes up there. Nothing around the left side. And around the bottom, charging port, SIM card tray, and another speaker. I believe that there is a top firing speaker and a down firing speaker. Stereo speakers on here. Probably the microphone elements are built into there as well, I would guess. So this model, I should point out, this is the S21 base model, but this is the 256 gigabyte version of it, which is the largest capacity. It comes in 128 or 256. And so I opted for the larger one because, unfortunately, it has no removable storage, which is a big bummer. But it seems like most phones are heading that direction these days. So it's not much for it, I guess. But 256 gigs should be enough to last me. What else do we have in here, if anything? It's just going to be user guide and that kind of stuff. Yep. So it does come with a charge cable. This is a USB-C to USB-C cable, and this will allow you to charge the phone with an existing charger if that charger has USB-C output, you know, that adapter, which mine does not. It's a USB-A connection, my old one, that is. And you could also charge it from a PC, obviously. You know, just plugging it into, again, it needs to be a USB-C port, which many PCs don't have, actually. Or if they do, it's like one port on the back of the motherboard. Most modern laptops will have a USB-C connection, but I do have to question Samsung's choice of USB Type-C on both ends. I mean, really, it's a forward-thinking choice. Like, this is the way it's headed. You know, in the future, all USB ought to be C. That would be probably ideal, but we're not there yet, so. But no matter. I do have that wireless charger, and then I have their other 25-watt charger on the way as well, so. And that's it. Actually, that's all that comes in this box. It's a pretty sparse package, I must say. The quick start guide seems pretty limited. But probably tells you what you need to know. Oh, there's a little pokey tool for opening the SIM card tray. This makes nice sounds. Running out of places to put things. So, getting back to the phone, this is obviously got only the USB Type-C port on the bottom there. They've done away with the headphone jack, which, again, regrettable, but just the way things are these days. And, of course, there is, as I mentioned, no removable storage and no removable battery because, once again, that's just where things are headed these days. But in terms of internal specs, this thing is pretty powerful. It has the latest and greatest Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 processor, which is evidently pretty speedy, reasonably power efficient, and basically the flagship smartphone CPU right now, aside from Apple's, what, A13? I can't remember what they're on right now, but for Android handsets, anyway, it's pretty much the flagship. It is the Snapdragon version rather than the international version. The international version comes with the Exynos CPU, which is Samsung's own in-house architecture, and evidently that one's pretty competitive with the Snapdragon this generation, although in past it has lagged behind in terms of performance and efficiency. Not so bad this time out. So whether you are in North America and you get the Snapdragon equipped version, or you are in Europe or I guess Asia, I believe both also receive the Exynos version. I'm pretty sure basically the rest of the world, aside from North America. This one comes equipped with 8 GB of RAM, which ought to be enough for pretty much anybody. There is the Ultra, which comes equipped with 12 or 16 gigs, but 8 gigs ought to be sufficient. Certainly for the lifetime of this phone, because really it's the battery. It's the battery that limits the lifetime of all these modern phones. The battery's gonna crap out before anything else does. And you probably can get the battery replaced aftermarket, or there will be services available to do that, even though it's not easy. I bet you, 4 years down the road or whatever, when the battery on this thing starts dying, I'm sure there will be shops that offer that service, but it's not officially supported. It is some kind of IP-rated, water and dust resistant. I can't remember exactly what rating, 68 maybe, which means that you can basically drop it in water and it'll be fine. I think it's rated for like half an hour, submerged at a meter or so. So it should be fine if it takes a quick dunk into, I don't know, a toilet or something. Not that I have any intention of doing that. But, so that's good. Yeah, it's got 256 gigs of storage. It's running Android 11, I think we're up to now. I'm pretty sure it's got Android 11 on it, with Samsung's, One UI skin, which evidently has got a lot of improvements this generation. People seem to like it. Reviewers were quite happy with it. The phone is naturally available in a bunch of different colors. This is maybe the most boring color. It is Phantom Gray. So it's just got this kind of gunmetal color for the metal accents, and then just matte gray for the polycarbonate back. It does come in some really nice variants, though, like a violet and rose gold that I think looks quite good. But if you want the base model S21 with the 256 gigabytes of storage, this is literally the only color that it's available in, which is a little bit disappointing. I'm not sure why Samsung would do that, but you can hear it sounds pretty solid. So let's put that case on it, shall we? It ought to just pop in quite nicely. I guess I probably want to put in the top end first here. And then this probably just kind of pops on. Oops. Okay. Well, I guess we've turned it on. Didn't mean to do that, but here we are. Samsung Galaxy, it tells us. Is it going to play loud noise? Maybe. I think I just pressed the power button there. Starting up Android. Welcome. That's a very empty welcome screen. No picture or anything, it just says welcome, start. Comes charged at 68%. The screen on here is somewhat regrettably a bit of a step back from last generation. It is a 1080p screen, so it's 1080 vertical resolution by 2400 horizontal, whereas the S20 and its ilk were 1440p. But despite the resolution downgrade, it does receive a frame rate upgrade, the refresh rate upgrade. It will do 120 hertz, so that's pretty nice. That should be very smooth, and it's adaptive as well, from 48 to 120 hertz. So if it's displaying static content, it won't be refreshing as quickly, which is good because it would be wasting power if it were. So apparently that adaptive refresh works quite well. So I guess I'm going to get this thing set up, but I'm going to do it off camera because you guys don't need to be a part of that. But I will show you here. It fits nice and snugly into this leather case. And the leather does add a sort of a bit more of a premium feel to the proceedings, you know. So you're not, I guess, having to deal with that plastic back if that bothers you. It really doesn't bother me that much, but I think this looks pretty sharp. I think it's going to be really nice. I'll be curious to see what the photos are like. It uses the same lenses and camera system as last gen with a few minor modifications, mostly on the software side of things, the processing side of things. Anyhow, that is the Samsung Galaxy S21 256 gigabyte model. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing, and I look very forward to having you back here next time. Bye for now, my friends.